On a sunny day, reporters are swarming to ask Hunter Kim Jun-woo about how he became the world's best SSS rank in just a year after reaching the top rank in Korea. Reporters are bombarding Hunter Kim Jun-woo with questions, but he refuses to answer because he wants to focus more on the conquest. Reporters are disappointed by the answer, but he then says he will always prioritize the safety of citizens' lives. As he is about to walk out, a person from the crowd asks him about the cleaning team assault accident. Kim Jun-woo is stunned by the question and looks at the person asking. The stranger then says Kim Jun-woo slammed someone from the cleaning team into the wall. While Kim Jun-woo is still shocked from the question, the person tells how Jun-woo is trying to pretend it never happened, but he knows the person he beat up directly. With a smirk on his face, he asks how the news hasn't spread after Kim Jun-woo beat up an old man. People are gossiping and whispering as they hear the man's speech. Kim Jun-woo denies it as a rumor and walks out to the dungeon portal. Kim Jun-woo's face is full of anger as he walks away from the crowd. The association was built to protect the country and citizens from dungeons and deadly monsters. The association gathered those with supernatural abilities and formed 4 teams. The operation teams handle the conquests, and they are also called the hunters. Among the operation teams, Team 1 is considered the most elite, with victories in every conquest and members who are considered the best hunters. Now the news is spreading about Operation 1 team leader is a hunter who assaulted a citizen. Kim Jun-woo is gritting his teeth and asks his assistant why she didn't make sure the incident didn't get leaked. Then he shouts how he knows about the incident. The assistant replies she did the task, but it got leaked because he is the son of the dungeon cleaning team leader he assaulted. She then says how testimonies from previous incidents are also showing up and how it is going to get worse. Kim Jun-woo then says how he hates the bastards who stand in his way. She reminds him she will work on it and tells him not to worry since his rank remains despite the public image. He thinks about how he got really angry after he read the article and swears to make him pay. Kim Jun-woo is the youngest hunter who achieved the first S rank in Korea and the world's first SSS rank. He even received an offer from the International Hunter Association. Now, his efforts are almost in vain because of a single person. The assistant driver asks why he beat up a citizen. He replies with how he just grabbed him slightly, and now he doesn't even remember the reason why the fight started. He orders the assistant to bring the bastard to him and how he is going to settle with him. As they are talking, a truck suddenly approaches and almost rams into their car. Luckily, Kim Jun-woo uses his time ability to get around the truck. As the assistant is trembling with fear, Kim Jun-woo gets out of the car to deal with the truck driver. As he is walking toward it, the ground suddenly shakes, then ropes appear and snap his hand. Kim Jun-woo notices it is a trap for extraordinaries, and he couldn't move. The truck then crushes and slams his back. Another truck also comes out of nowhere and slams his front. The explosion occurs, but Kim Jun-woo is still alive. The task force then emerges and fires bullets at him. Kim Jun-woo knows how it was a planned ambush, as he knew an average hunter would have gotten killed instantly. But he has survived thousands of battles in dungeons and life and death situations. He realizes this won't kill him. But he was wrong. He looks defeated and surrounded by the task force. Then he sees a gun with a blue light that is called Titan. The man then shoots Kim Jun-woo in the head. The system appears and confirms the death of Kim Jun-woo. The task force then throws him into the water. The system shows how Kim Jun-woo has unlocked the ability called Karma. He got sent back to 10 years ago, and his job is assigned according to Karma. The job the system assigns him is the dungeon cleaning team under supernatural ability management. Kim Jun-woo sees the gun above his head, and when he is about to die, he wakes up from the dream screaming. He then looks surprised as he gazes around the room and asks himself where he is. He knows it is not his house, and it is not Mrs. Lee's house either. She wouldn't even let him in even if the world came to an end. He then remembers the confirmed death and the karma message from the system. Afterward, Kim Jun-woo is surprised by how young he looks as he stares at the mirror. He notices it is the face of him from 10 years ago. Precisely, he is at age 28. He opens the system and sees the message about how he went back 10 years ago, and it cannot be deactivated. He falls down from the shock and realizes he was actually dead. He also reads how he got assigned to a different career with a new skill. He was already at the 22nd rank domestically and 525th globally at the age of 28. Even though he went back to his age of 28, his career has changed. The only way to deactivate Karma is he must become the Secretary General of the International Superpower Association in 5 years. The International Association controls all associations worldwide, and the Secretary General holds more authority than the USA President. He realizes it is impossible and checks his skills, but all the skills he acquired got locked, and he unlocked a new ability, cleaning skill. Kim Jun-woo is enraged. As he lies down in the bedroom, he thinks about identifying the men who killed him. Was it a private guild or someone from the association? As he is thinking, the phone starts ringing. He picks up the phone, and someone from the other end tells him to come to work. The person tells him today's cleaning will not be as hard as tomorrow. He also hears other people talking bad about him because he has ditched the work. He is furious because of how the cleaners are looking down on him. The person tells him to take it easy and save his number as team leader Park Jun-tae. Kim Jun-woo is stunned by the name he heard, then he says he is coming to work. His pride was hurt because he is riding the bus and shocked a Bentley wasn't waiting outside his house. He realizes his past has changed, and so did his relationships. He has never assaulted Park Jun-tae in this timeline. He then asks himself if Park Jun-tae was the reason behind his death, but he realizes anti-power seizure devices and Titan guns are highly tech a dungeon cleaner can't handle. Still, he is still on the doubt list. As he thinks about the situation, he recalls the memory of the situation with Park Jun-tae. Park Jun-tae asked him to take back the suggestion to make a cut in dungeon cleaning team workers. He said he was already struggling with a lack of staff. He begged him to reconsider as Kim Jun-woo is a very influential person. Kim Jun-woo then asked why lizards cut off their tails as a defense when danger strikes. He said that is how they survive and compared the cleaning team to a lizard's tail. He then said the association is in financial difficulty and we're going to adjust hunter salary. But he suggested to cut cleaning team salary as hunters are a lot more important to society. He walked away as he told the cleaning team they don't even do much and how the association is going to decide how many to let go. The cleaning team leader then begged him again with knees on the floor. Kim Jun-woo was annoyed. Dungeon cleaners make money by cleaning comfortably and acting like parasites. Park Jun-tae was enraged and grabbed Kim Jun-woo's collar, but he got slammed into the wall instantly. He then called Chief Lee to take care of the parasite. In the present, he is now seeing a yellow level dungeon grade, which he knows is going to be a centipede boss. Then a man suddenly calls Jun-woo's name. It was dungeon cleaner Park Jun-tae. Jun-woo is furious of Park Jun-tae's. The other coworkers don't like Kim Jun-woo because he already dipped the works, and they think it's better if he doesn't come. But Park Jun-tae stops them from speaking badly to Jun-woo any further. Park Jun-tae then gives Jun-woo a mask called a respirator. Jun-woo asks, what is it that dungeon cleaners do? The Korea Association of Supernatural Ability Management has 4 teams. The control team monitors dungeon appearances and collects information. Hunter support teams produce weapons and items for hunters. The operation teams are hunters who clear the dungeon. And the dungeon cleaning team's function is still unknown to Jun-woo. As Kim Jun-woo starts to walk apart from the team leader stops him, stating it is dangerous to walk around. Kim Jun-woo replies that he knows where the dungeon boss is, but coworkers don't believe him and think he is acting up. Sang Hyo-kan then says he has the map given by the control room, and it's not possible for the map to be wrong. Kim Jun-woo gave up and agreed to the original plan and goes to the way on the map. Jun-woo then asks why there are 45 minutes left, and the team leader replies that is how much time before the dungeon closes. He asks why they are cleaning as it disappears, but the team leader explains how dungeons don't disappear. They take a phase before the next monsters appear. He then says the dead monsters' bodies from the previous conquest can emit deadly gas to the humans and restrict the action of the hunters. He states that their job is to make sure the hunters can focus solely on conquest, dispose of the monster carcasses, and rescue hunters that are left behind, although it has never happened before. Kim Jun-woo realizes it doesn't seem as purposeless as he thought back then. As they are chatting, they have reached the final boss room, but they are surprised because it was the wrong room. The time limit is now at 22 minutes, but they decide they are still going to clean the dungeon boss room. Jun-woo complains about risking their lives just to clean, mentioning how if a dungeon closes, it can last from a week to a year. He then asks why they are risking their lives just to clean. The team leader tells him they will just stay locked up jokingly and to go back to work. The other coworkers say he is looking down on dungeon cleaning and belittle him, as they haven't expected anything from him from the start. Kim Jun-woo is enraged from the fact that no one could look down on his hunter career, but he is now belittled by the low-life dungeon cleaners. Kim Jun-woo then says he knows a shortcut and keeps their mouths shut. He says they might arrive in 5 minutes if they started running, and he is leading the team. They have reached the dungeon boss room and see the foxtrot centipede monster over 10 meters tall. Coworkers are a bit surprised by how he knows the way. As they are about to start cleaning, the lifeless giant red centipede's eyes glow and it starts waking up. As the centipede is starting to get up and attack the crew, the centipede immediately drops down and turns into a lifeless carcass. Kim Jun-woo blames the operation team for not doing their job properly. Hwajang Lim tells Kim Jun-woo to stay back because he thinks Kim Jun-woo is afraid of the carcass. Kim Jun-woo is enraged. He then grabs a knife and explains how the knife only fits inside the 3rd, 6th, and 12th segments of the shell. He tells them not to step on the blood as it is strongly adhesive. The crew is surprised by how much he knows because the information is not even mentioned in the control team files. Jun-woo then uses the obsession cleaning skill to completely clean the carcass. Jun-woo feels satisfied with the result, but he is stunned by why he feels satisfaction just from cleaning. The team leader compliments him, and the other members' opinions are starting to change. As they are wrapping up cleaning, there are only 5 minutes left before the dungeon closes. As they are walking toward the exit, Jun-woo steps on the blood from a hole in the cleaning team leaking bag. Crew members are worried, but Jun-woo doesn't know why they are making so much fuss when he can just use his skill to escape. As he is about to use his skill Hellfire, he remembers his skill is currently locked. The cleaning team ties his body with rope and pulls him to escape from the adhesive blood. The time limit is at 1 minute and 55 seconds. Jun-woo is still stunned by why they are helping him because all he knows is even lizards cut off their tails to survive, as he considers them people less intelligent than lizards. So he is baffled by why he is still not getting abandoned by the team. The team leader orders his crew to leave him and leave the dungeon. The crew members are willing to stay, but the team leader shouts it as an order. Only 10 seconds remaining. As Kim Jun-woo escapes by undressing the suit, they start to run towards the exit. The dungeon is almost closing as time is getting close. The members start worrying, but they finally escape the dungeon. Everyone is happy to see their boss return alive from the dungeon. Kim Jun-woo is still surprised by how he almost died with no monsters during cleaning. The team leader compliments Kim Jun-woo as he worked really hard in the first dungeon of the day. Kim Jun-woo is surprised by what he heard. He asks how many dungeons need to be cleaned a day. The team leader replied by showing 5 fingers. Kim Jun-woo doesn't look good after hearing the response. There are 8 operation teams in the Seoul branch and 96 teams total nationwide. Including the freelancers, there are about 11,300 registered hunters in the nation. But there are only 5 cleaning teams in the nation, a total of 25 cleaners. That means an average of 3.3 that each team must clean every day. And if unlucky, 5 dungeons per day. And today just happened to be one of those unlucky days. As they are going to celebrate at night, the team leader also invites Jun-woo. At first, he thinks of eating meat but changes his mind and walks away. He has realized Park Jung-tae is too soft-hearted and no way he killed him in the past. He then thinks about the other people who hold a grudge against him, the newbie on the team he bullied, his ex he constantly argued with, or someone from the control room he beat up. There were too many on the list. He then gives up thinking and he opens the system and checks again. He sees the requirements to unlock the skills, and all of them are incredibly difficult to do, and they are connected with the cleaning team. He gets angry and throws away the bottle. He becomes more angry by how dirty his room is. He uses the cleaning skill to clean his messy room. After he clears the room, another skill has appeared. It is called Hyper Boost. It's been a week of riding the bus and cleaning the dungeons. Kim Jun-woo has cleaned 25 dungeons and disassembled 30 monster carcasses, but only one ability has gotten unlocked. It was called Hyper Boost that will increase movement speed. It is an efficient movement skill, but without an attack skill to pair with, it is practically useless. It only activates during battle. The most doable job to unlock the skills are to get interest from the association leaders and increasing cleaning team budget using the knowledge and experience of SSS ranking hunter. But nobody is gonna believe him. He is most likely to get stuck as a cleaner forever. As he arrived at the job, the co-workers tell him the boss is buying disinfectants and Hwajang is taking a break from the job. Then, Sang-hyuk-han offers him a coffee. Jun-woo can see how his attitude has changed as he was really angry about Jun-woo in the first day. Jun-woo then asked what is the delay. Sang-hyuk replied how hunters are still cleaning the dungeon. Jun-woo knows it is a blue-grade dungeon, and he doesn't understand why they are struggling so much. He regarded them as pathetic and soothes himself by thinking it should be over soon. He was wrong. 30 minutes have passed, and they still haven't returned. He asks what kind of trash takes so long, but the hunters have come out. He mumbles as bastards not worthy of their salaries. As he is mumbling, he saw a familiar face. Long black hair, flawless complexion. It was Kim Min-ju. She was once a subordinate of Kim Jun-woo. Jun-woo was thinking of getting in touch with past members, but Kim Min-ju is an exception. He thinks she hated him for no reason, and when he suggested her retiring because of her injury, she cursed him rashly. He considers her full of pride, but he admits she has potential. Mun So-yeon asks if Kim Jun-woo knows Kim Min-ju as he is staring blankly at her. He says he doesn't know her, and she just looks like someone he knows. Mun So-yeon thought he was staring at her because she was her ex. Kim Jun-woo asks why she is telling nonsense. Everyone is now gathered, and Kim Jun-woo tells them to start working. A blue-level building dungeon is literally a building that turned into a dungeon. The team leader told the team to clean corner to corner. The team leader asks Jun-woo to come with him to the boss room. As they are heading toward the boss room, the team leader is surprised by how the monster looks exactly like a human corpse. It is a humanoid monster with 5 feet 2 tall. Kim Jun-woo thinks something is off as he knows Vega is not a threatening monster as long as you can dodge. It is a done deal. But why is Kim Min-ju struggling against the monster? 10 years ago, she was a B ranker. If it is not for her injury, she has the potential of an S ranker. He remembers how she is good at using a sword swiftly and highly skilled. She is not someone to struggle against a blue-level boss. As he checks out the knife wound from the dead body monster, he was startled by thinking about something. The time is 5 a.m. Kim Jun-woo only gets 2 hours of sleep. It's been 3 consecutive days of bad luck. Sang Hyuk-han blames the hunters for not calling when it is over and calls them inconsiderate fools. Everyone is tired, including Mun So-yeon. The hunters are walking out from the dungeon, and Kim Jun-woo is surprised by how he is seeing Min-ju Kim again. They are in each other's way as they try to move. Min-ju Kim asks why he is getting in her way and slightly wiggles her shoulder. Kim Jun-woo notices the behavior and thinks of telling her something, but he gives up because he is still not over something she said in the past. Kim Jun-woo has entered the hospital and asks how Min-ju Kim is feeling. She replies with how it is not long since surgery. He critiques her for neglecting her own body. He then tells her to strengthen her left grip, and overestimating herself is what led to her injury. She replies with how he should have told her sooner. Kim Jun-woo says he doesn't like the tone of her voice and hands her a letter. He tells her to retire, and also everyone from the association agrees. She is trembling and says how she wants to stay as a hunter. Kim Jun-woo replies with how she is a drag to the team and to follow his order. He then says why she didn't tell about the injury sooner and make the matters worse. She was angry and says she spoke up multiple times and told him she needed to get checked. But Kim Jun-woo told her everyone was injured, and she just needed to get on with work. That is why she hid her injuries, and it was all because of him. Jun-woo starts shouting and tells her not to put the blame on him as he is not the one who messed up her shoulders. She says she will recover soon with rehabilitation, but Jun-woo says what she can do with that useless shoulder. He says she can join the cleaning team if she keeps insisting. She asks if he considers her a partner from the start, and she knew she was just disposable for him. Jun-woo was really angry by her response and says he never enjoyed her company. He then says why she is trying to outsmart him now when she has never taken his orders seriously. She admits she never liked him from the beginning and how he always looks down on them like parasites. She then slaps him and wishes to do better in the next life. Jun-woo is having a bit of regret because he spoke some hurtful stuff. He admits he probably ignored her talking about the injury without thinking much. He is getting annoyed and calls out Min-ju Kim. He then tells her to strengthen her left grip. Min-ju Kim is surprised by what he said. He says how this posture will help you attack faster and to use left hand to lessen the pressure. She replies with little to no response, like she is looking at an idiot. Kim Jun-woo is embarrassed by her response and walks away to the dungeon saying to check in at hospital. At the hospital, the doctor says she is lucky and how she got inflammation on her right shoulder, and how it could get worse if untreated. The doctor gives her medicine and advises to improve her posture and to strengthen the left grip. She realizes the creepy cleaner also said the same. Everyone looks exhausted from the cleaning. Then Sang Hyuk-han says not to wait for his ex like that. It was Kim Min-ju waiting for him. The team left Jun-woo to talk with Min-ju Kim. Kim Jun-woo asked what she wanted, and she suddenly pointed a sword at his throat. She then asked how he knew and who she was. He was enraged because she pointed a sword at him. He replied that it was a guess and just a prank from the stuff he read online. She replied that her sword skills are confidential and how he seemed to know her posture. He was surprised by her sharp intuition. He also didn't want the association to hear this and think he is a spy. He then told the truth and revealed he saw the sword marks from the monster carcass. He knew by looking at cuts and how her left hand grip was weak. He figured he wasn't in a condition to catch up to Vaga's speed even though she has exceptional skills and strategy. She retrieved the sword and explained how she did feel the pressure on her shoulder. She is impressed by his speech and asks if he is a freelance hunter, as Jun-woo is about to deny it. She then says there are hidden masters all over the city who only appear at advanced dungeons. He denies all her guesses and tells her he is just a cleaner. Then he walked away, thinking he will have no business with her in the future as he is just a dungeon cleaner. Then Jun-woo hears a thank you from Min-ju. He was stunned by how someone like her could thank him. In the association building, Kim Min-ju asks the supervisor to get some rest for herself. Lee Soo-young sounds like he doesn't want to give her rest days. Min-ju then says she is also gonna do some improvement like learning new sword skills. Lee Soo-young asks if she is thinking of an academy, but Min-ju Kim replies with a private lesson with a cleaner. Lee Soo-young then asks if the cleaner is the same person who told her to check the shoulder. She was surprised by how he knows, but it is most likely the nurse she spoke leaked the information. Lee Soo-young yells at how a cleaner could teach her, but she still insisted on learning. Lee Soo-young gives up and tells her to come back at the large-scale conquest, which is gonna happen in a few weeks. Lee Soo-young is angry by thinking what a hunter could learn from a cleaner, and what will happen if the other teams find out about this. Then he contacts someone with the phone. Several days later, Jun-woo is working happily. Coworkers think he lost it, but the truth is he gained a skill by getting an interest from the association. That is why he looks so happy. Team leader Park Jun-tae asks Jun-woo what Min-ju is doing here. Jun-woo replied that he brought her along as Hwajang Lim still hasn't returned yet. The team leader doesn't like it as she is a hunter and how the association's future response gonna be about this. Jun-woo also wasn't happy with bringing her, but she has begged him to teach her swordsmanship and calls him master teacher. He looks annoyed and only agrees to help her if she helps in the cleaning team because a hunter's ego won't allow her to participate in cleaning. He was wrong. She looks extremely happy and willing to do a lot more. Jun-woo has underestimated her and how he got into this kind of situation. He then feels a glare from Soyeon. In Soyeon's point of view, things look different. She is wondering what is the vibe between these two. Kim Min-ju asks the teacher why the blood hasn't come off. Jin-woo explains that when there is human blood and monster blood, wipe off human blood and burn the monster blood with flame. He says to scrape off monster flesh with a dagger and gather byproducts. He also warns to clean off the dagger as monster blood can damage the blade. Min-ju looks strange for a second. Jin-woo looks happy as he thinks she is going to quit, but he was wrong. She is just happy with cleaning. Team leader also compliments Jin-woo, and he looks happy. He is then shocked by what he is doing. Former SSS rank hunter just being happy and proud of being a professional cleaner. In Soyeon's extreme point of view, they are looking a bit different and acting strange. As Min-ju is asking questions, So-yeon grabs her and goes off somewhere with her. Things get awkward between them as she brought her along without knowing what to say. Min-ju then asks if she is okay, and she looks exhausted. She actually looks burned out. So-yeon then asks about Kim Min-ju's story. Kim Min-ju tells her how she followed her father's path as a hunter and how his father got fired due to a shoulder injury. His supervisor told him to stop faking, and his partners distanced themselves. He went through alone as he endured it, and his health worsened. His father is just a B ranker, and nobody cares about middle-aged B ranker. She explains how the association is really like that, and they abuse the power to the weak but yield to the strong. If that is how hunters treat each other, she can't even imagine how cleaners get treated. As things get silent, Min-ju asks if So-yeon has feelings for the master. She blushes and asks how did she know. She already knew because of how obvious she is. So-yeon explains how he is good at what he does, responsible, and how he works harder than anyone else. She then compliments him for how much knowledge he has for dungeons, monsters, and outsmarting information from the control team. Min-ju knows how he is not an ordinary cleaner as he can determine her condition by looking at the wound of monster carcass. She realizes he is the true master. She replies to So-yeon she has no feelings for him and how she just wants to become stronger with the master's help. So-yeon then asks if she is not his ex, is it? Min-ju was baffled by her question. They return to the team looking happy. Team leader starts explaining about how to clean venomous monsters. Then he asks So-yeon what is wrong as she looks strange. She explains how the suit looks uncomfortable, and respiration doesn't work well either, but she doesn't consider it a big issue. The other team members complain about why they still haven't gotten new equipment. As they open the dungeon, they see a big green slime which produces deadly poison. With the prime time of only 5 minutes, no one can survive the intoxication. If you are poisoned in the dungeon, there is gonna be no hope. They started cleaning the room. Team leader checks So-yeon as she looks strange, but she falls down immediately. So-yeon is shivering, and her skin turns pale. Sang-hyuk hands say her suit is torn and something is wrong with the respirator too. Jun-woo realizes it is too late as the support team can't arrive in time to give her the antidote. She could experience agonizing pain and death. Jun-woo asks Min-ju Kim to take her sword and attack him. Everyone is panicking. Min-ju then gives up asking for reason and summons the sword. She uses a powerful skill on him, but he just asks her for a slit, not a powerful attack. Min-ju Kim has sliced Kim Jun-woo's chest with her sword. He asks why she never listens carefully to what he speaks. As the attack is detected, the combat mode enters. Team leader asks why is Kim Jun-woo doing strange things, but before he finishes his sentence, Kim Jun-woo takes Soyeon in a blink and runs off to the exit using the hyper boost skill. Only 3 minutes remain. At the hospital, the doctor explains how it was a close call and she will recover in time. Soyeon looks embarrassed, but everyone is looking at her with serious faces. They are all worried. Sang-hyuk-han then blames the worn-out gear as he aggressively curses. He curses more at hunters as they get a seasonal upgrade, but he didn't notice Min-ju Kim. Now he feel bad for all the thing he said. Team leader explain how clearing the bill can be taken care as it is an occupational accident. Jun-woo walks out of the room. He then has an idea for budget expansion to unlock his skill. With the incident, the association has no choice but to play along, as they don't want to ruin their reputation. Soyeon then asks why Kim Jun-woo looks strange. Team leader replies he is probably angry because of Soyeon was hurt. Min-ju Kim is admiring how he put his partner enough to sacrifice his body. She considers him a natural team leader. Sang-hyuk-han is curious how he is using the skill to save her. Soyeon is surprised by what she hears, and she wants to thank Jun-woo. Team leader also wonders why he is still working as a cleaner, as he is too skilled and knowledgeable about dungeons. Min-ju Kim comes to a conclusion that he chose the cleaning team over the control operation team. She then tells everyone how Jun-woo doesn't want to get involved with the hierarchy in the association and chose the cleaning team. Everyone feels some kind of emotion and praises Jun-woo. As they are praising Jun-woo how goody two-shoes he is, Kim Jun-woo is now in a meeting with association manager director Seo Min-cheol. Kim Jun-woo asks Min-cheol to expand the cleaning budget for him. Min-cheol is at the very top of Seoul headquarters. He took up the post last year, and his followers have quickly risen alongside him. Min-cheol is surprised by how a cleaner, not even a team leader, is asking for a budget raise. He then asks why the cleaning team needs a budget raise when they don't have many expenses. Jun-woo replies that the budget is even less than the few expenses they have. He then explains there's been an accident, and the low budget has made them wear old equipment, and the suits are torn. Min-cheol replies that he is sorry and doesn't have enough budget for that. Jun-woo then mentions how Min-cheol pulls the strings on the budget and allocates billions, with 70% allocated to the operation team budget. Min-cheol is surprised by how much he knows. Kim Jun-woo threatens to leak the accident to the public as the cleaning team is well known for getting treated poorly. Jun-woo ends the conversation and walks out of the room. Min-cheol calls his underling and inform him Kim Jun-woo is not an average cleaner by the way he knows all the association information. Lee Soo-young then tells Min-cheol he is planning to teach the cleaning team a lesson so that they know their place. The next day, team leader receives disciplinary action. In the paper, the reason for So-yeon's disciplinary action is a violation of the work environment and fatigue due to multiple jobs causing the accident. Compensation and accident are dismissed because it was caused by personal negligence. Sang-hyuk-han complains she is working extra jobs because the cleaning team is underpaid. Kim Jun-woo is upset by what he hears as he can't unlock the skill. Everyone pities Jun-woo, thinking he met the madman director and got nothing. Jun-woo is confused by how they all came to this kind of conclusion. He finds it strange that a little bit of asking for compensation could result in such extreme consequences. Min-ju Kim thinks her captain is teaching the cleaning team a lesson because of her. Kim Jun-woo asks the name of her captain. She replies her captain is Lee Soo-young. Lee Soo-young is underling of Seo Min-cheol. As soon as Jin-woo Kim hears the name, he asks the team leader for a break today. Somewhere around Seoul, the gate appears suddenly. It brings chaos and everyone is running, reporting to the association. In the middle of the chaos, we see a man with a cap. The person is Kim Jun-woo. He is looking at the dungeon with the smirk face. As the monsters start gathering around Kim Jun-woo, he activates the skill called Hyper Boost to attack the monsters. It's an easy battle. Dungeon Intercept is clearing a dungeon without permission from the association. It's mostly for freelance hunters trying for money. Only a handful of people try, as the survival rate is low. But it doesn't matter for the world #1 hunter, even though he doesn't have skills now. But he has already been to these dungeons in his past life. The robot appears in front of Jun-woo and tries to grasp Kim Jun-woo. He evades the robot hand and climbs over his body. He then throws the shovel to the robot's hand to stop its movement. He activates the skill that increases damage by 3000% when attacking a weak point and damage the robot head. A huge explosion occurs and the monster is now defeated. He clears 4 dungeons in just one day. On average, a hunter on the operation team only clears 3 to 4 dungeons in a week. It's a low-level dungeon, so there is less profit. The association teams are angry as they lost 4 dungeons to someone they don't even know. No one will suspect Kim Jun-woo, and he is waiting to see what Hunter's facial expressions will be at the association. After 2 days of absence, Jun-woo returned to the work. He is stunned by seeing the operation captain. He doesn't know why the operation captain is here. Lee Soo-young explains he wants to develop comradeship with other teams. Jun-woo finds it hard to believe since nobody cares about cleaners. He says not to mind him and continue their work. Jun-woo believes he is suspecting him of the recent dungeon culprit. As they start working in the dungeon, Lee Soo-young is carefully observing the team. Everyone is busy with cleaning, but Lee Soo-young thinks they are just pretending to work as the boss is here. He then asks Min Joo Kim about dungeon interception from the last 2 days. Jun-woo is surprised by his question. Jun-woo suspects everyone will catch on to him and will rat him out. Lee Soo-young then says the directors are angry and looking for the person. There are even rewards for whoever catches the culprit. The reward will get them extra points for the rank evaluation and even a personal transfer. Even the cleaning team can move to another team if they catch the culprit. He then says they can talk to him if they know about the culprit, especially the one with 2 days absent. As Jun-woo believes it is over for him, team leader asks about his injury from yesterday. Everyone is vouching for him as he was at yesterday's work. Jun-woo is confused and surprised at the same time. The team leader and the other members then say it is a pity as they don't know the culprit. They say they will bring anyone who looks suspicious. Lee Soo-young think the cleaning team has lost their minds. He then calls the director and he found the culprit. He accuses Jun-woo of being the culprit. Director Seo Min-cheol tells him to increase the budget, but Lee Soo-young is surprised by the response. He is even willing to give more disciplinary action to cleaning team. The director tells Lee Soo-young that 20 million won was donated to the cleaning team. Director Seo Min-cheol believes he has messed with the wrong person, as someone who can intercept dungeons won't want to be in the cleaning team. He believes the way Jun-woo knows about all the association information and intercepting dungeons. He is an insider of the president of the association. As the president doesn't see the director Seo Min-cheol positively, he believes the president would send Jun-woo to watch the association. As the cleaning team arrives at work, they see the boxes. Inside the boxes are new equipment, gear, masks, and other cleaning equipment. The team leader read the official letter from the association. Kim Jun-woo found it strange since the equipments are worth a lot more than the 20 million won he donated. The team leader read out loud that the equipment are worth 200 million won. Jun-woo is surprised and grabbed the letter. 200 million won is 10 times the amount of cash he got from Dungeon Intercept and donated. Also, the association decided they will increase the budget and award a small payment to Soyeon. 100 million won for the compensation for the accident damages. Everyone started praising Jun-woo as they all think he did something, even though he denied it. As they are thinking of moving all these boxes to the office, Min Joo Kim suggests she and teacher will move alone. A Hellfire skill has gotten unlocked from getting an expansion budget for the cleaning team. Kim Jun-woo smile as he think it won't be long before he say goodbye to cleaning team as the skills are getting unlocked. Min Joo Kim asks if he is the one who intercepted the dungeons the last 2 days. She then expounds how they won't leave him alone as his talent is recognizable. She say his spot in the cleaning team is not guaranteed as the association will notice his talent. Jun-woo looks happy as he thinks she is going to speak up to superiors to move him up the ladder. Min Joo Kim says she will do everything she can so Jun-woo can remain in the cleaning team with admiring eyes. She says she will reach a higher rank and do everything so Jun-woo can stay in the cleaning team. Jun-woo is pissed as he thinks she is messing with him. Everything seems smooth, but there has been an accident. There are cursing words all over the walls with monster blood. The entire walls are smeared with monster blood. It seemed to be the work of hunters who don't like cleaning team. Jun-woo says to ignore it and keep doing their job, as he believes they won't keep doing it for long. He was wrong. It still hasn't stopped even after 4 days. Everyone looks tired and hungry from cleaning more because of them. Team leader tries to confront hunters, but they won't admit their mistakes. As Sang-hyuk-han is going to call Min Joo Kim about the situation, Jun-woo said not to call her, and he will go by himself to confront them. Jun-woo looks extremely angry. As he enters the association building lobby, he pushes away all the hunters. Hunters curse at him, but Jun-woo don't seem to care. 3 days ago, 2 hunters called out the cleaning team for a revolting stench, claiming it was the trademark of the cleaning team. Afterward, they started shoving around and told the cleaning team how they should behave instead of messing up the other team's budget. Min-joo Kim arrived and asked which division they were from. As soon as they saw their supervisor, they bowed down immediately and apologized. Min-joo Kim then said they should be apologizing for being less human. Min-joo Kim apologized to the cleaning team for the 2 hunters' behaviors. The 2 hunters looked really angry as they walked away. As they were about to start working, Min-joo Kim bid farewell to the cleaning team and thanked them. Soyeon looked really sad parting with her. They had practically become sisters in 1 week. Jun-woo was the one who told her to leave. He told Min-joo Kim what to plan and conquest schedules based on his knowledge and experience. As long as she pulled it off, she would be in a higher rank in half a year. As he knew he is far from reaching his previous hunter career, his ultimate plan was to use Min-joo Kim to negotiate with the association. Kim Jun-woo smiles as he is thinking how to use Min-joo Kim. Min-joo Kim looked really happy, thanked him, and said to call her if he needed help. All of this happened after Min-joo left. The 2 hunters are laughing and talking about the cleaning team. As they are making fun of the cleaners, one of the hunters got punched in the face. As Kim Jun-woo is about to attack the other hunter, he activates his skill Necromancer to attack Jun-woo. Jun-woo evades the Necromancer attack. As the hunter is charging up a skill for another attack, he got punched by Kim Jun-woo. Both hunters are now lying on the floor. Kim Jun-woo tells them he will spread what they are doing to the social media. The hunter threatened Jun-woo with the association, but Jun-woo believed nobody would cover for a couple of E-rankers. As he is still threatening to beat the hunter more, the captain walks in and asks about the situation. As soon as Lee Soo-young sees Kim Jun-woo, he greets him with a smile and asks about the reason for his visit. Jun-woo is a bit surprised by his reaction. Jun-woo then explains how they are putting blood on the dungeon walls and scattering the carcasses. The hunters denied their actions and tell Jun-woo is lying, but the captain slaps him and asks why he is out of his mind. Lee Soo-young tells Kim Jun-woo he is gonna discipline them properly. Jun-woo feels a bit confused by how Lee Soo-young is behaving, but he leaves the room without saying much. Kim Jun-woo is still surprised by his attitude change and asks Min-joo Kim about it. Min-joo Kim also don't know the reason for the attitude change. The cleaning team got the apology and Kim Jun-woo hope the 2 hunters won't make the same mistakes. Min-joo Kim say they are already fired. Jun-woo is surprised by how Lee Soo-young fired the 2 hunters because of a single complaint from the cleaning team. He wonders what Lee Soo-young is up to. The next day, all cleaning members, including Jun-woo, are surprised by what they see. The hunters are bowing down to the cleaning team and thanking them. The hunters' strange behavior continues every conquest, and they greet the cleaning team with excessive salutes. They even gather the monster carcasses in a corner and clean the boss room. The cleaning team is stunned by their strange behaviors. Everyone from cleaning team is praising and wonder how Jun-woo could increase the team budget and get hunters fired on the spot. Sang Hyuk-han asks if he is the big shot the higher-ups don't even stand a chance against. Kim Jun-woo chuckles and says to get back to work. Sang Hyuk-han is embarrassed by his response. Jun-woo knows he would never work in the cleaning team if he is a big shot. Lee Soo-young doesn't look good. There are eye bags under his eyes. Operation Team 2 leader Lim Dongbin is wondering how Operation Team 1 leader is sucking up to someone from the cleaning team. Lee Soo-young then yells at him to shut up and asks if he's even aware of who the cleaner is. Lim Dongbin is aware that he is backed by the chairman and tells Lee Soo-young he wouldn't be afraid if he got the position without connections like him. He say he will make something up using protocol so the cleaners makes a fatal mistake. Soo-young asks what is gonna cost to make it happen. Lim Dongbin asks about the team that will be scheduled for the large-scale conquest next week in the multi-zone dungeon. The multi-zone dungeon is a unique dungeon that opens up consecutively after the previous boss is defeated. It is impossible to leave until all the bosses are defeated. It takes a month for preparing and a month to set up a strategy. Dongbin asks Soo-young to hand over the team, but Lee Soo-young thinks it is too much. Lim Dongbin is known for stealing credit and opportunities from other teams, but Soo-young wants to get rid of the cleaning team as soon as possible. Lee Soo-young finally agrees to the deal. Dongbin then asks Lee Soo-young to lend the rising star named Min-joo Kim. Lee Soo-young gets angry, but he agrees to lend Min-joo Kim to him. Things have started getting better for Kim Jun-woo. He checks the system to see which skills he needs to unlock. As he is checking the skills and requirements to unlock them, the phone starts ringing. It was a call from Min-joo Kim. She tells Jun-woo that she is the leader of the subjugation squad in the large-scale dungeon. As Jun-woo starts praising her, she also tells him that the association want the cleaning team in the conquest. In the association building, everyone is glaring and cursing because of how the cleaning team is taking budget and now trying to take even their jobs. As the hunters are gossiping, the cleaning team also doesn't look good. Kim Jun-woo is pissed because of how a couple of lower-ranked hunters are treating him rudely. Min-ju Kim explain how Operation Team 2 is handling the Team 1 project. Kim Jun-woo is stunned by how Lee Soo-young could give away such a substantial project to another team. Min-ju Kim also has no clues about the details. Lim Dongbin opens the door and enters the meeting. Jun-woo looks shocked by seeing Dongbin. Kim Jun-woo knows Lim Dongbin is someone who stole his performances when he was a rookie. Dongbin was famous for stealing other people's projects. Kim Jun-woo starts trembling as he sees Dongbin's face. He warns Min-ju and asks her to stay away from Dongbin. Dongbin explains how the conquest is 24 hours, and you can't leave the multi-zone unless all zones are cleared. He then explains the conquest will be divided into 3 groups. After hunters subjugate the monsters, the cleaning team will take care of the carcasses immediately so the dead body gases won't affect the hunters. It will be taken care of by cleaning team 3. He says the cleaning team will receive a big bonus with a smirk on his face. There is no reason for Kim Jun-woo to decline his offer, as they could receive a bonus and perform a highly efficient job. He can also get his skills unlocked by teaming up and entering joint project. But Jun-woo declines the offer. Dongbin is shocked by his response. The reason he doesn't want to join is that he would never help that asshole with his performance. Cleaning team members and Min-ju Kim are asking why Jun-woo declined the offer even though they would get a bonus. Team leader believes Jun-woo is looking out for them. Min-ju Kim also agrees, as the project also sounds very dangerous. Team leader is getting teary-eyed by Jun-woo's consideration, and even his team members are moved. Min-ju is also backing out because her teacher told her not to get involved with Dongbin. In the association building, Lee Soo-young looks happy with a smirk on his face as he knows Jun-woo rejected the offer to the arrogant bastard. He then mocks Lim Dongbin for the cleaning team and Min-ju Kim backing out from the operation team. Dongbin gets pissed and asks Lee Soo-young the mandatory participant list. Mandatory participant is a list of participants ordered to join a raid by the department head. If disobeyed, you could get fired for this. Dongbin asks how a rookie cleaner dares to piss him off. A few days later, Kim Min-ju and the cleaning team are forced to join because of the mandatory participant list. The place is filled with the crowd and media. Min-ju Kim also looks really nervous. Jun-woo suggests Min-ju Kim to keep focus on the subjugation and not even on the cleaning team. Dongbin approaches Min-ju with a smirk on his face and tells her that he hopes the conquest will be a great success. So-yeon is surprised by why Dongbin is also coming to the dungeon since Min-ju is already assigned as team leader. Jun-woo says it is not a common thing, and sometimes they appoint a competent leader to lead quests like these. Min-ju Kim has the ability to lead a conquest, but the real reason she got assigned is that the dumbass doesn't know how to lead a conquest. He has never led dungeon raids as he only plans operations in his life and piggybacks on every conquest. Dongbin also warns the cleaning team not to delay in dungeon cleaning. Jun-woo sighs it off and says they'll figure it out. Dongbin doesn't like the attitude of Kim Jun-woo. The operation has started with Min-ju as the leader of the operation team. Deep within the dungeon, the monsters and dangers are awaiting as the team move forward. Thank you for watching to the end. Subscribe for more and check out my channel.